If you're an online fitness or nutrition coach and you want a more predictable way to get more clients, I'm gonna show you how to sign 5 to 10 clients a month with Facebook ads. I'm gonna walk through everything from how to make the ads, how to target the right people, and how to turn the leads you get from ads into paying clients. It's the same exact strategy we've been able to use for coaches like Ben, who went from a couple $100 a month to hitting $20,000 a month in just 12 months using this strategy. Or Jen, who was paying $2,000 a month for someone to run her ads for her, and she was actually losing money. She was only signing like 2 to 3 clients a month. And with the strategy I'm gonna share with you today, she started signing 10 plus clients a month and recently just hit a $30,000 month, okay? Now, the strategy I'm gonna share with you is very simple and very effective, okay? So make sure to follow along step by step so you don't miss anything. Okay, so for me to do this, we're gonna go ahead and start on my iPad, and then we're gonna move over to my computer so I can show you how to set it up in the Ads Manager step by step. Okay, so the first thing that I wanna cover when we're talking about ads is really like, does it make sense? Okay, does it make sense? And what I'm saying here is like, really the question is, am I ready? Okay, because the whole thing with ads is that when you start running ads, you should be making money on the spend that you make within the first month or two, right? Like ideally, you know, month one, we're breaking even. So we put one-time return on ad spend. All right, so that means, you know, I put $1,000 in. Let's say I put $1,000 in, then I want to get at least $1,000 out. All right, that shows that I've at least got something that's working and I can scale, right? You should not be spending money, right? And not making more money, okay? If you're doing that, you're doing it all wrong, okay? Now, typically ways that this happens is when people run like very cheap, you know, lead magnets. Hey, here's my cookbook, here's my PDF guide, here's my whatever, sample workouts. And if they don't have a strong follow-up process in place, that's where you can really lose money, okay? So typically when I'm consulting with somebody and they ask the question, am I ready? What you wanna have is you need money to invest in ads, right? I'm gonna suggest that you're starting at least $30 a day, okay? And that comes out to be around $1,000 a month, all right? That's a good place to get started. Now, you can do some things that are gonna be a lot easier. All right, I've got some videos on here. I'll link them up here to like the Instagram follower funnel. That's like a boosted post method. And you can do that all the way up until $30 a day. Now, once you're at $30 a day, we then want to move into Ads Manager, use Facebook ads, even if you're placing it on Instagram, so that we can have more control over the targeting, the spend, and can scale it. All right, so if you're gonna spend over $1,000 a month, this video is for you. If you're like, no, I'm just getting started, I don't really know, go watch the follower video that I'll have up here, okay? So step number one, am I ready, is do you have $30 a day to spend, okay? Step number two for this is, do you have a high ticket offer, okay? And when I refer to high ticket, this needs to be anything that's really over $2,000, okay? Now, you don't need to have them all pay $2,000 up front, right? But like, I'm gonna give you the offer I think is the best, okay? For health and fitness coaches, if you can do $2,000 for anywhere from 4 to 6 months, right? That's a really good sweet spot for a starting offer to run ads. Now, you can have this be broken down into monthly payments. You can have a paid in full option, 2 pay, 3 pay, you know, all those things. But we've got to make sure that we're going to be able to collect at least $2,000 from this client. Now, the reason for this is that it's going to cost you money to get a client. Yeah, you're putting money into Facebook ads to get leads, and it's your job with your skills to be able to convert those leads into paying clients. Now, because of that, it's going to cost money. So typically what we see in this space is anywhere from $250 to $500 per client is how much money it's going to cost you to get a client with Facebook ads. Now, I do have clients that do, you know, that get clients for $120. Okay. I also have some that will get clients at $1,000. Okay. It really depends on your offer in terms of like your messaging, who you help, and also your price. If your price of your program is 5 to 10K, it's going to cost you more money. If you have a cheaper offer, sometimes it'll cost you less money, but oftentimes not. That's why I'm saying, hey, you guys need a high ticket offer. If you're doing low ticket and you want to send people up, this video is not for you. This is going to be the traditional way of getting new leads, having conversations with the leads, booking them for sales calls and signing them up, all right? This way is a much easier way to run ads than to run ads to a cheap, like $10 product, because typically if you're gonna do that, you're gonna lose money. Okay, you're gonna lose money on the front end and then you're gonna make it up on the back end, all right? So when you see these flash sales on your phone, you're scrolling and you see people being like, hey, here's my $27 ebook, my $10 ebook, typically they lose money, okay? They lose it with like a 0.5 ROAS, right? So that means if they spend $1,000, they're gonna make $500 month one, but they know in the future they're going to make that sale up for a high ticket sale, or if they're doing recurring revenue, it'll go up from there. The strategy I'm going to share with you today is not that way. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys how to get more leads, how to book those leads into calls and turn them into clients. And with this, we want to be signing 2 to 3 times return on ad spend month one. Okay. And what I mean by month one here is like I mentioned earlier in this video, when you're getting started, you're going to just like make your money back. But as you scale and as you start to find winners, which I'll show you how to do in this video, you're going to start to be able to collect 2 to 3 times the amount of money when I put $1 in 1 month, right? So if I put $1,000 in, once this system is working, we should get $2,000 to $3,000 back, okay? And then we can continue to reinvest that money and keep doing that, right? That's what I'm going to share with you today, all right? It's going to be high ticket, all right? So are you ready? Really get 2 questions of, do you have $1,000 a month plus to spend? Do you have a high ticket offer? Yes or no? Okay. And when it comes to like the spend, let me just hit on this one more time here before I transition. You want to be able to spend this for really like 3 months. Okay. You have $30 a day to spend for at least 3 months. So really that's going to be closer to like $3,000. Okay. Because when you guys are getting started, like I said, our goal here is just to make our money back, but you don't really know what you're doing yet, right? Like you have to test messaging, you have to test different audiences, you have to test different ads. You might lose money the first 2 to 3 months. And I honestly would expect or anticipate that. Like, of course we don't want that, but I need to expect that and anticipate that from a budgeting standpoint. Because one of the worst things you could do is, hey, I'm going all in on ads, and then you don't have enough money to keep spending and keep testing. So if you are in that spot, you're like, I don't think so. I'm going to encourage you to just focus more on organic, provide more free value, give away everything. Like you guys see all these videos I create, I give so much stuff away. Okay. Like just do that. All right. Do that. And over time, you're going to start to get more clients, and also spend some more time being scrappy in the DMs. I booked so many calls when I first got started just by getting in the DMs, being aggressive. I'd say aggressive. I meant aggressive, not as in like book a call with me, but like aggressive as in just I spent a lot of time in there. I really dedicated my time to being like, I'm going to book calls to make this thing work. I'm going to be scrappy. And I did it. Okay. So if you're still in that stage, cool, do that. And again, I'll link above here again, the follower funnel, so you can watch that video and get started with some boosted posts. Okay. All right. So that's step 1. Are you ready for ads? And if you watched it, you should know yes or no. Okay. Number 2, the next thing that we need to discuss is what is going to be the lead magnet. Okay. What is the lead magnet? And now the lead magnet is, why should somebody interact or engage with your ad? Why should I say, hey, I'm interested? Why should I give you my contact information to have the ability for you to follow up with me? Okay. So if you're a health and fitness coach, I'm going to give you 3 lead magnets. Okay. 3 lead magnets to use. In the rest of the video, I'm going to choose one of them, but here's kind of the basic ones. Number 1 is going to be your IG profile. Okay. Now, as you guys heard a second ago, I talked about the follower funnel. That's going to be, you're essentially just turning your Instagram profile into a lead magnet. So anytime someone hits your Instagram profile, they have the blue button that says to follow. At least it's blue on my screen. And if someone pushes follow, boom, they're now a lead that I can then follow up with in the DMs and book calls with. So the IG profile works really well. Again, if you're doing the follower funnel and you're doing less than $30 a day. Okay, that's step 1 that we have a lot of people start off with. And sometimes you can run this funnel on top of what I'm gonna go through in this video. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one, the lead magnet, is actually just your offer. Okay, now you should have a really good no-brainer offer, right? And that can include things like, guarantees. I probably butchered this. If you guys don't know, I just got back from Italy and I'm feeling a little tired. Okay, I got a little jet lag. It's probably like 4 a.m. over there. So if you're here, you're like, Matt, what are you saying? just know I'm catching up. All right. So the offer here, if your offer is really good, it's got a strong guarantee, it's got a strong promise, right? And you also have a ton of case studies and like testimonials, then you can run ads just to your offer. And essentially the ad itself is to learn more or even claim a spot, right? So often what I'll do with this direct offer one is I'll do a looking for 5 post or not even post, but just like looking for 5 ad / post. And what this looks like is you just saying, hey, I'm looking for 5 people who are struggling with X, Y, and Z that want insert result / goal. Right. And then you can start in the ad itself talking about like case studies, testimonials, people you've worked with, transformations you've had, and how your process is different than everyone else's. Okay. And then the call to action of that ad can be, hey, just DM me this word and I'll shoot you over a video that walks through the entire process of how I help people do X, Y, Z. Okay. Now, I'm not going to cover that in this video. I just wanted to share one strategy to do this is just the direct offer. And Cole Gordon does this really well. If you guys watch Cole Gordon stuff, he does this really well, but it's just promoting his offer. He's got, he doesn't do it looking for 5, but it's promoting his offer, and it's got a strong risk reversal in there that gets people to say, yeah, I'm interested in learning more about this. Now, this can work well because it's going to attract people who are interested in your offer, right? But it is more expensive. Okay, it's more expensive. The reason for that is you're asking people to work with you. Hey, I'm looking for people who want to work with me. And that cost per lead is often 2 to even 4 times higher than the next one that I'm going to show you. So I do often test a lot of the offer, and sometimes I might even do retargeting with the offer. But my favorite lead magnet of all is a free training. Okay, is a free training, especially for B2C offers. Okay, B2C is business to consumer, which is what you're doing if you're doing health and fitness coaching. You're working directly with somebody else, right? Like a consumer. You're not working with a business. With a business, this one works really well because sometimes business owners are busy and they don't want to watch a long training. They just want to hear your offer, right? When you're doing more B2C stuff, this works really well because people, especially if this is an ad, they've never heard of you before, they need to be indoctrinated with who you are, what you do, and how it's unique and different than everything else in the marketplace, right? What makes you different than Coach Billy or Coach Sarah? And you can, with a really strong free training, position yourself as the expert, okay? You can provide value. And one of the most important things in the free training is you can share your story, okay? Share a story. If you guys haven't watched mine, I'll have it linked below. But inside of it has a short little story of like me and when I struggled and I tried this, I tried that, and nothing worked for me. Then I found this method. And now this method has allowed me to do this, right? Which for me, it was travel the world, make more money, have more time and geographical freedom, which is what I wanted, right? So I was able to share that story. So then that allowed even more trust to be built. Okay. So I position myself as the expert, I provided value, and I now have trust. Now, this is extremely important. And like I said before, the cost per lead of this is much less. Like the cost, this direct offer could be 2 to 4 times higher than this free training one. So I really like the free training because it does all these things, and a certain percentage will book, ideally about 10% of the people apply who watch this. Okay. Now you might start around 5%. That's okay. But how can we improve the follow-up game and even just the experience, right? But 10% of the people who will apply who watch this, which is awesome, right? Another really awesome part of this is you can build an audience. Okay. You can build an audience, and this can be done through either followers, right? Because they're like, wow, I really like that video. I'm going to follow you now. Or it could also be done in email list. Right? So this is like kind of further on is you can put this free training into an opt-in page where you send someone to a page, puts their name, phone number, email. They then go into watch the video and they get put into an email and text message sequence that you can now email and follow up and have more ongoing conversations and provide more value to in the future. So I love the free training lead magnet. Now, it's not the make or break thing. Like you still have to have really good content. You still have to be good at sales. There's more to it, but I really like this as the main lead magnet for most coaching consulting businesses. And the biggest part of this is this right here. Trust, okay? We are definitely in a trust recession right now where people are more skeptical than ever to hire a coach, whether that's business, marketing, or if it's hiring a health and fitness coach. They're like, man, there's so many like ads that I see. They're like, lose 20 pounds guaranteed, fix your back pain, or nothing happened, like blah, blah, like, or I'll pay you $1,000. Like they're just crazy, right? So when people see that, those types of offers make this lead magnet here, the offer when I talked about, harder to do because it all just sounds like noise to the consumer. But if you can create a really awesome free training and you can get a really, really good cost per lead with Facebook ads, which I'll show you how to do that in a second, then you can build trust, position yourself as an expert, and provide value. And that can create reciprocity to where someone wants to give you money because they gave you time, they got value out of it. And the next time they have that problem or they're looking for a solution, they're going to think about you, right? That's awesome. Okay, so to kind of reiterate here, the second step is picking the lead magnet. For this purposes, I am going to use the free training for this video. I'm going to cover the free training because it's my favorite. I highly recommend most coaching programs to have this. And you can also test the offer one, but I like the free training. All right, okay, moving on. All right, the step 3, okay, step 3 is going to be optimizing your profiles, okay? Optimize profiles. Now, if you're going to be running ads on Instagram and Facebook, we need to optimize both of them, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and transition to my computer, and I'm going to show you Instagram and I'm going to show you Facebook, okay? So let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so I'm on my Instagram now, and I will be giving on my Facebook as well. But before I do this, I want to share with you why it's important that we do this, okay? Because you might be like, oh, well, I'm running ads. Why do I need to update my profile? Well, anytime someone sees an ad, right, they're gonna more than likely click your account to check out your account and make sure you're a real human. And if they like what you've got on your profile, there's a higher likelihood that they're gonna want to watch that training, okay? That's one. And then 2, if they do watch the training, they're gonna come back to your profile and they're gonna learn more about you before they decide to book a call or take the next step. Okay, it's not like as simple as it used to be where it's like opt in, book a call, woo, everything's done. No, again, people are skeptical. So we really do need to make sure you have a really strong organic content strategy also, and have a really professionally put together Instagram account bio, and the same thing for Facebook, okay? So inside of here, this is my account. It's got a really simple username. There's no spaces, there's no numbers, it's just my name. And then same thing here, it says Dr. Matt Shiver, it just repeats what it says above. And then I've got one, this little line here that just kind of separates it. And then I have an SEO term on the other side. All right, so I'd encourage the same thing. So you could be online fitness coach, online nutrition coach, online fat loss coach. It could be, physical therapist, chiropractor, nutritionist, whatever you want to put here. Put something in here that someone would type in to lurk for you, okay? Underneath that, we want just a super simple I help statement. It doesn't need to be complex. For me, mine's I help health coaches get more clients. All right, simple is better, okay? Simple is better. Who is the person that you help and what do you help them do? Underneath that, I've got some credibility. So for me, this is how many clients that I've served and worked with online since 2015. So it kind of shows, hey, I help health coach more clients. I've worked with over 2,500 clients. So I can help you learn how to get more clients because I've signed so many, right? You could have other things on here. Like you could also have, if you're a health and fitness coach, I'm thinking like you could have, if you yourself are a competitive athlete or have any competitive experience here, you can put that there. That adds credibility. Only put your certifications in there if people know what they are, right? Like if you're a doctor, probably put that in there, right? If you've published a book, put it in there. If you're on a podcast, put it in there. But put something in there that people already are aware of and we'll look at and be like, ooh, this person's done some cool stuff. And then lastly on here, I've got my lead magnet, which is my free training, okay? And it says free masterclass, how to make 20 to 30K a month online, okay? So this is my free training, my masterclass that people can watch. At the end of this, like I said, about 10% of the people will book calls and decide to work with us. If you don't have this, just put your application here, okay? Now, my photo I have here is just a professional headshot. That's what I recommend doing for you as well. Okay, keep it simple, keep it clean. Even if you're a fitness coach, I wouldn't put like a shirtless photo of you up here. I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel as professional and clean. Like it might attract 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, like a little bit younger demographic, but definitely 20-year-olds, maybe even younger. But I think the professionalism of a nice high quality photo is better. All right. And underneath this, we've got story highlights. A rumor is it that they're actually gonna be removing these soon. I don't know how real it is, but because of that, I don't want to spend too much time on here. And then I want to jump down into my pinned posts. Okay. This is the last thing we'll do. And then we'll start talking more about the ads themselves after I show you the Facebook one too. So inside of here for my pinned post, the three ones I've got up here are gonna be my story, how we help coaches, and real client results. My story is important because I want to build trust and connect with my ideal client. You'll see even the photo that I chose here is going to speak more to the strength and conditioning people. That's my background. I love working with them. Okay. How we help coaches inside of here. This is going to be our step-by-step process. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And then this just helps people when they hit our page. What do you do? Hey, here's what I do, right? Very, very simple. It just walks through the 5-step process I have, and I put that over here as well. And then lastly, our real client results. So this just says, here's who we help, and some quick stats. It's actually time to update this. This was done in March. It's October. I've got it on my to-do list today to update because this is a lot more now. And then I've just got like a couple case studies of people who've gone from one spot to the next. And again, CTA to apply. Okay, so that's what I want to set up for Instagram. Very simple, very easy. Okay, now we are on Facebook, and I want to do this one quick. Honestly, we spend a lot of our money on Instagram ads, not as much on Facebook, but if you do have Facebook, you actually want to optimize your business profile because when you run ads on Facebook, it's going to come from your business page, not your personal. Okay, say that again. Optimize your business page, not your personal. Now on here, it should be pretty simple. All right, I've got a banner here. I made it in Canva. Didn't take very long. I have the same professional headshot and same name as my Instagram account. Okay, so that's simple. And that's really honestly about it. Like I do cross post or I post my YouTube videos on here. So that's really it. Actually, it's just my YouTube videos. And occasionally a post will get made, but most of them are just the YouTube videos. So people can come and say, okay, cool, this is an active business, right? So you can set this up on your phone too, where you can cross post, where when you post on Instagram, it'll go post right over here. I don't use that right now. I have in the past. It works really well when I do manual posts, but when I have them automated, it doesn't work as well, okay? So just make sure this is clean and that you have active content here because again, they're gonna click that. And if the reason you don't get a lead is because you didn't have your profile optimized, you're just wasting money, okay? All right, boom. Okay, so that's step 3. Now, we're gonna move away from the iPad and the rest of the steps. I'll still tell you the steps, but we're gonna do all of those inside of Ads Manager, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into that. All right, so I'm in my Ads Manager here, and if you've never ran ads before, I'm gonna go over this kind of pretty briefly, and then I'm gonna cover how to set up the actual ad, okay? So when you actually create your Ads Manager, you need a business portfolio, business page, so go through that whole process. Once you have it all set up in Ads Manager, this is what you're gonna look at, right? You've got a campaign level, an ad set level, and an ads level. For simplicity's sake, campaign is going to be the objective that you're choosing, right? So do you want leads? Do you want sales? Do you want brand awareness? There's a couple of them here. I'll go ahead and open this up. Awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, sales. 99% of the time, I'm going to have most people choose a leads objective if they're running them from Ads Manager. Oftentimes, I will do an engagement campaign for Messenger ads as well. They both can be selected, but for 99% of you guys, you're probably just going to pick a leads objective, okay? Reason for it is what do we want? We want leads we can contact, book calls with, okay? So that's going to be at the campaign level. The ad set level is going to be the audiences and where the ads are placed. But for simplicity, just think ad set is audience. And then the ads level is going to be where we have our specific videos or images to put in front of people to get them to click, to give us their contact information, and to become clients. So by this point, your pages are set up, right? You know what lead manager you're gonna use, and then 3, you know you can spend money and you've got a high ticket offer, so you're good to go. All right. So let's go ahead and set this up. We're gonna go create. We're gonna go to leads. We're gonna push continue. And then I always use manual leads campaign. So we'll go ahead and click that. And once I do this, you'll kind of see that when I create that, all three of these will be created. The campaign, the ad set, which again, remember is audience, and then the ad level, which is gonna be where we put our videos and images and stuff to get clicks, to get leads, right? So you just wanna make sure you name these right, because as you get a lot, once you start spending money, you might have a lot and it can be kind of confusing. So for campaign name, we're gonna put O lead, and then we're gonna do free training. And then I'm gonna put in the date, okay? So right now it is October of 2024, okay? So that's what we've got there. And everything else in here is fine. We can leave it as is. There's two ways to run ads. I'm not gonna go over that in this video. Number one is to set the budget at the campaign level, or you could set the budget at the ad set level. Now, if you set the budget at the campaign level, you could put like 3 audiences inside of here, and Facebook is gonna spin your budget between the 3 audiences looking for the best audience, okay? Oftentimes when I get started with people, we'll actually do this because I could put 3 ad sets in there, or 3 audiences, and then Facebook's gonna find the one that gives us the cheapest leads first. Cheapest leads doesn't always mean that they're the highest quality, but it's really nice when you launch a campaign and you start getting leads in fast, because then you can start messaging, you can start seeing, okay, is this gonna work, yes or no? If that one ad set or audience doesn't work, we'll kill it, and then we'll scale the other ones. Now, because that strategy is a little bit more advanced, I will have a link below, okay, to a mini course, paid ads mini course that goes over that strategy in more detail. But for this video here, I don't want it to be confusing. I'm gonna set this up as if I was gonna have one audience, okay? One audience, and I'll have one ad inside of it, okay? But if you want the real version of like, all right, Matt, how do you test multiple audiences, multiple ads inside of it? I will highly encourage you to click that mini course, opt into the mini course, and get the full strategy there, okay? So for simplicity's sake, we're gonna have this budget set at the ad set level, which means I'm going to choose, hey, Facebook, I want you to spend $30 a day just to this audience delivering these ads. That forces spin to just one area or one audience so we can see if it works. Okay, for the ad set name, I'm gonna still name it O lead, and then I will do free training. And then after I do that, I'm going to name the actual audience I have in here. And then I'm gonna also put again at the end of this, October of 24. Okay, so for this one, I know I'm gonna do a 1% lookalike of sales calls, okay? So essentially, I'm gonna go over how to do that in a second, but there's 2 types of audiences that we can create. And let me just hop down and show that to you, okay? So let's come to the audience section, and to do this, we're gonna go ahead and switch to original options. I like original audience right now, still better than Advantage Plus. So yeah, just do that. Now, there's 2 types of audiences you can create. One of them is a custom audience, and a second one is what we call an interest audience, okay? And this is where I can start typing in interests, and Facebook has categorized people based off the activities they have. Both work, but I really like and find the best success starting with lookalike audiences, okay? Now, a lookalike audience, you just need 100 people who've taken similar actions to essentially upload to Facebook and say, hey, I want you to find people just like this. So for most of you guys, if you have less than 100 clients or less than 100 sales, you probably have had hopefully at least 100 sales calls, or 100 people have booked a call with you in Calendly, right? Well, you can download that entire list, upload it to Facebook, and say, hey, I want you to find people that are almost exactly like this. And it'll do it, okay? So I'm gonna do this one as a 1% lookalike of sales calls, because I know I've got the volume there, okay? If you did not have a list, you can do a 1% lookalike of your Instagram followers. But if you don't have that either, you're like, I don't feel good with my current audiences. It's a new offer. I don't have an audience. Okay, no problem. You can do the interest-based targeting, okay? And I'll show you how to do that in a second too. I just wanted to clarify as I was doing the naming convention. Okay, so free training, we have as a lead. Now there are a couple places that we can run these ads to get leads. I can get leads by running it to my website, right? And running it to a simple opt-in page. So let me just pull up mine right now. So this is currently one that's being tested. And this is the thing. I have a bigger computer. That's why it looks like this. On a normal computer or phone, you don't see all that. But this just comes with a page like this where they can put their name, phone number, email in to get access to the training. Okay, so that's like one way of doing it. I typically don't start people here because you've got to build a landing page, an email follow-up, a text message follow-up, a thank you page. Like there's a lot of moving pieces in there. And I do have people do that, but that typically takes about 2 to 3 months for us to really get together to make sure that we've got a winning message, like winning marketing, winning ads before we start putting up more barriers. Okay. So that's one way to do it. If you already have a funnel that's up and running, you would select this. And if you did do this, we would then pick a pixel. You have to set your pixel up on Facebook. And then I would put the lead objective on here. And then I'd set the rest of it up. Okay. Now, if you're newer to this and you do not have a website, cool. You don't need one. Let me show you what I'd use instead. Okay. I would come down here to Instagram and I would generate leads by starting chats in Instagram. This is going to be through DMs. Okay. If you're going to run these ads on Facebook as well, you're going to want to use Messenger. Okay. Messenger is going to deliver all of the conversations and leads to Messenger. Even if you're running ads on Instagram, it's going to go to Messenger. So to be honest, I'm going to run most of my ads on Instagram. So I'm actually just going to have these be Instagram. Okay. If you wanted to have conversations in Facebook Messenger, you can. But I really like having my leads talk to me on Instagram. I find they get a better response rate than I do with Facebook. Okay. So for this one, I'm just going to run these on Instagram. Okay. If you're a health and fitness coach, I would test both, but I have a strong preference towards Instagram. Okay. So we're going to come down here. We're going to pick Instagram as a place because that's where I want my leads to come into. I want them to DM me there. Now I'm going to come down to the daily budget. And like I said earlier, you can set the budget here in the audience level, or you can set it at the campaign level. For this demonstration, I'm going to do it just at the audience level. That's going to force $30 a day to this specific audience so we can test it to see, does this work fast, yes or no? Okay, so $30 a day there. I typically will start this off in the morning, like the following morning. So like right now it's 10:30. I'm going to set this up for tomorrow at 6 a.m. Okay, now coming down to the audience, I already told you guys I'm going to do a lookalike audience of people who I've had sales calls with. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to come over here and push create new, and then I'm going to push lookalike audience. Now, again, when I do this, this is going to allow me to find a group of people and make a lookalike of this group of people. So what you're going to do here, you're going to click new source, you're going to click custom audience, and you're going to click customer list, and then you'll push next. Now, what we do when we do this is we'll push next, and then we're going to upload a list, a CSV file of all the contacts that we want Facebook to find people just like that. So if you have Calendly, if you have Go High Level, if you have any of those softwares, you can just export all the contacts you've had calls with and then upload them here. Once you've done that, you're then able to go through, and this next section here, I won't have access to it, but it's just going to say name, email, phone number. You're just going to make sure that they're all matched and it's what it should be. Essentially, like Facebook sometimes might say, this address is a phone number. You're like, nope, that's not how it is. But you're just going to make sure that they're categorized. Facebook has matched them up appropriately. And once you've done that, you'll go through, upload, and push confirm. Now, once you do that, you will then have a lookalike audience. And to access that, you'll just double click here and you'll see that there's going to be some lookalike audiences that are already built. Okay, so let me go ahead and just make one now to show you guys exactly what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to come here, custom audience, customer list, next, upload file, boom, here's a CSV. Okay, and then I would just put here, sales calls booked, and then I would put the date again. So we've got October of 24. Okay, next. And again, phone number, email, that's accurate. Any other contact information here, first name, I'll put first name, last name, and that's all I need. Import and create. Now it's gonna make that lookalike audience, and it says you've done it, woo, done, okay? So once I've done that, I'm gonna come down here, So this is actually a customer list. We didn't want that, right? So we're going to exit out of that because that would just be, hey, I want you to show ads just to these people. I'm running ads to get in front of new people. Now that I created that source, I'm going to come over here to sales, calls booked, October. Now, when you make a lookalike audience, you're going to need to select the area. So for me, I'm just going to do United States, and I want a 1% lookalike. Boom, create audience. Okay. Now that's what I want. I want the lookalike 1%. I don't want just that one audience. Okay. And I'm going to turn the advantage lookalike off. So essentially I just want to run ads to this audience. Now, because this is, I just made this, you're going to see, hey, this audience is below 1,000. And that's often because I just made this, it needs time to populate. So what I would do as I finish this up is I would make sure that this audience did get to be about 1 to 2 million. And that might take 12 to 24 hours. Okay, so for instance, let me get out of this one and I'll show you another one that I have created. Okay, so if I click on that one, you'll see the lookalike audience of my top clients. So this is the amount of people that have paid us money is between 1.7 and 1.9 million. Awesome. Okay, so you just might need some time for it to load. Okay, now once I've done this, we're gonna come down to locations. I just run ads right now to US, so keep it that way. Age, I'm gonna change the age to 40. That's typically who we work with, people who are 30 to 40. We work with some who are older than that, but that's typically the age range we'll run it to. I'll turn off detailed targeting. And in total, you'll now see that my audience right here is between 1.1 and 1.3 million. If you're spending 30 bucks a day, 50 bucks a day, even 100 bucks a day, this is fine, right? As you start to spend more, if you're spending 500 to 1,000 bucks a day, you're gonna need a bigger audience. You'll need to test either more audiences, or you might wanna try things like Advantage detailed targeting or Advantage Plus, etc., to expand the group of people who see your ads. But if you're just getting started, this is fine. $30 a day, it's gonna take you a very long time to get through all of these people, all right? So that should be all you need to set up here at the ad set level. When it comes to placements at the bottom, it's just gonna say, hey, where do you want these ads to be? I typically start with Advantage placements. That's just gonna put the ad in front of in all the places it can possibly fit, all right? So that's typically what I'll do. I'll leave that there. All right. Next, we're gonna jump into the ad level. And I actually just name these really simply what they are. So like if this is a video, I would put video 1, okay? And typically what I'll do in this structure here, I'll have one audience and I'll have 3 ads inside that audience. And when I do this, I'll create one ad at a time. And then once the ad is done, I will then duplicate this ad twice and have 3 ads inside of it. I really like that structure, and the reason for it is with this structure, all we're testing is what image or video is doing the best. I keep all of the copy inside of here the same. The reason that I do that is, again, I want to figure out what image or video is doing the best, because nowadays, like, that's the biggest needle mover. It's not the copy you have here. It's not the targeting you have here. Like, that stuff's all good, but like, if your ad is actually good, that's gonna be what allows you to scale, because your ad is calling for the right people and should be calling away the people who you don't wanna work with, okay? So let's go ahead and set this thing up. We got video 1, we're gonna make sure we pick our pages. Again, I'm running a ad that's just on Instagram because I picked the Instagram as the objective, like the messenger feature. So that's there. We'll come down here to create ad, turn off multi-advertiser. It just doesn't get as good of results. It kind of puts them in weird placements and you get charged for that. So don't do it. This is essentially the ad. The ad creative section here is where you actually make your ad. Think of an ad like a post, right? It's just, you've got an image, you've got some text, and that's pretty much it, right? So inside of here, treat it the same way as a post. We're gonna come down here, we're gonna push add video. And from here, this is where you can upload any videos you've got. I'm gonna go ahead and use a video that I've done in the past. Boom. Okay, so now that ad is being loaded up here. Great. An image is required to show the ad is on Instagram. All right, this is the setup error right now. And it oftentimes the reason you're seeing a setup error is because I switched, I don't know if you guys saw that. I switched between website and Instagram. And sometimes it will not like that. So sometimes I might have to create a new ad set. It can be a little glitchy, but I'm gonna keep going and just see what happens as I keep going, all right? Okay, primary text. This is gonna be the area you actually put your text in of like, what are they gonna get? Okay. So typically the formula you're gonna write with any type of copy or ad is a call out, right? So call out's gonna be who do you want to serve? Okay. And then underneath the call out is gonna be a problem, right? So problem could be, this could also be in the same line, but it's like, are you struggling with blank? Right. And then we'll do agitate. Okay. The formula that we're doing here is very simple. It's problem, agitate, solution. So PAS. It's one of those like proven, well-known copywriting formulas out there. Agitate. So make the problem worse. As in like if they don't solve the problem, what's going to happen? And then last is a CTA. Okay. So an example of this could be, call outs. Are you a busy mom who is struggling to make time to go to the gym, right? So just with this one statement here, I'm doing a call out and I'm also expressing the problem, okay? Problem being struggling making time to go to the gym, right? And this one's kind of like I don't like the problem that much because it's not like, someone's not gonna pay me to help them find time to go to the gym. They're probably looking for like help actually losing weight or looking a certain way. So I'm gonna probably change that. Hey, are you a busy mom who is struggling to get back into shape after last child or last kid, after probably not like all the kiddos, right? Something like that, right? So it's like, yep, that's me. Okay, agitate. And then this could be, I like the agitate section, make the problem worse. I like doing this in first person, okay? So what we can do here is just tell your story. Like, that was me, 5 years ago. I was burnt out, unhappy, and didn't like the way I looked in the mirror. I felt like I didn't have time. Go to the gym and meal prep. All right, so you can kind of like keep going the story, like keep telling the story. And then what we want to do is essentially keep telling the story and then transition into, it wasn't until I discovered this simple 3-step process, right, that helped me into the best shape of my life. I now have /feel, right? I'm just kind of giving examples, X, Y, Z, right? And I want to share the same 3-step process with you. Just click the link below to get instant access to the training so you can insert result. Okay. You can link the training here, but if it's on Instagram, they can't click it. So just have that there and then have like a sign off. So it could be like Dr. Matt, boom, right? So again, I'm not writing this in a lot of detail. I would spend a lot more time on this, okay? This is part of what we do with our clients is we actually write the ads for them so they don't have to worry about this. But I would spend a lot more time on this, but I do typically use out this equation. Call out, problem, agitate, make it worse by telling your story, and then CTA if you want to learn more, if you want to learn the process that I did to go from here to here, click the link below. All right, so you'll do that, and typically what I will do is I'll have 3 different text versions, right? So I'll copy and paste this out, and I will change the versions of text. Typically the big thing I'm changing is this first hook, right? I'll probably put like 3 or 4 different ones in here, are you a busy mom who is struggling, make it to the gym, right? That's a different one. Still same story, but this is what people are gonna see when they scroll. They'll see this text right here, okay? So that's what I would do, but I would write 3 different versions of copy because I'm really testing at this point the video. I'm not testing the headlines. I wanna give Facebook as many options as possible, and I want Facebook to find the one that's gonna do the best for me, okay? And then I'm gonna come down here. I do not want those text generations. I just don't want them. Do not do that to me. And then last but not least, the learn more, it's gonna be here. That's gonna allow them to click, okay? So encouragement here again, put like 3, at least 3 primary texts in here. Pick one video and or image. And with the future, I'm gonna share with you guys how to test multiple images in a second. All right, cool. So we got the call to action to learn more. Advantage Creative, let's come in here. All these are fine. If you're doing an image ad, just to let you know, they will put audio in here and sometimes the audio is horrendous. So I would just go through here, and if you do that, you can pick an audio that's more your brand. Do that. Don't just let it pick an audio for you. You'll get like classical music, and it could be like a pump up like thing. So don't do that. Okay. This lead magnet that I'm going to deliver, the free training, I'm going to deliver this via DMs. Okay. So we need to create a thing for them to reach out. Okay. So you can just push create chat. I've already got one. So I'm going to push duplicate and edit. And what we're going to do here is you can kind of work on this just one thing at the top at a time. So what's up, insert name, which you can just push this little personal thing, and it'll say like, first name of the recipient. Great. So what mine looks like is, hey, what's up, Matt? Right? Question. Click this thing below and I'll shoot you a quick video to know how our process works. Right? So if I was to do this for this one here, the busy moms, it's like click training below to get access to the same 3-step process that helped me get into the best shape of life, even after 4 kids at 40, right? It didn't look super good, but after having 4 kids and being 40 plus, right? So something like that, right? Make it good. Spilling yours. Like I said, I'm getting back from Italy, a little tired. And then down here, just have this be training, okay? And once they complete that, I would have this just be completion. Okay, so once they push training, it will be done. Okay, and the completion message is awesome. Here's a link to the video, and then I will reach back out to make sure you got it when I'm back online. Okay, and then I just have the link to the video here, and you're good to go. Right, pretty much that's all you need. Okay, and this delivers at DMs, and then your job is going to be, once this person comes through, is going to be follow up and book a call. Okay, follow up and book a call. If you have no idea how to do that, I will have a link up above here as well, again, to another training that walks through how to have DM conversations to book calls. Now, once we've done that, we would push save. I'm not going to do that because I've already got one that's set up here. And there we go. That's our first ad. Okay, that's our first ad. Now, what I'm going to do from here to test more videos, because we can only put one in each ad, is I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to do 2 copies. Okay. And when I do that, boom, there's going to be 2 more videos that are going to be here. I'll just rename them video 2 and video 3. Okay. And you want to do this at this stage because now you've already written everything. So all that stuff will still be there. And the only thing you have to change is come to video and just push change video. And then you can upload a new video. Okay, so new video, boom, let's just pick one, boom, done, great. That's my video 2. And then now I'm gonna come over here. I have to clear it again, add new video. Oh man, this is Matt with a mustache or facial hair, okay? So boom, you got all 3 of those ready. And then at this stage, you're ready to launch, okay? Ready to launch, just boom, push publish. Okay, so that was step 4. All right, step 4, I have 2 more steps to go with you. And this is gonna be once you've launched these ads, how do we find the winners? And then how do we scale them? Okay, so now to test, to figure out which one's the winner, which one's the loser, here are some general rules of thumbs here. This is coming from my paid mastermind group. I'm gonna share it with you guys here. What we're looking for is we want these ads to spin really for about a week before we can adjust anything, especially if your spend's only $30 a day. All right, so we really want to give this like 7 days. Just let them run. Don't worry too much about them. Okay, here's kind of the rule of thumb here. Let it spin for 7 days and you'll get more data, right? If you're getting leads and you're booking calls, what you want to do is you want to increase the budget by 20%. Okay, this needs to be done in the morning so that it doesn't affect results. And we want to continue to do this every 3 to 4 days until you've got the lead flow and call bookings that you want. Okay. If you let it sit for 7 days and this campaign is not performing, and what that's going to mean for most of you guys, the KPIs we're shooting for, I should have shared this earlier, is we're looking for a cost per lead of around $10. And then we want a cost per sales call for at least around $100 to $150. Okay. That's going to be 2 really good metrics for you to shoot for, right? So if you spent $30 a day and we're now at day 7, it's spent $210. We should be getting at least 20 plus leads, and then from calls we should have at least 1 call or be close to booking 1 call. Okay. Now, when I say like a 2 times KPI, if the campaign is not performing and you're spending $20, like you spent $20 to get a lead. So if you spent 7 days, $30, $210, and your average cost per lead is $20, then we got to kill it. It's not working. Okay. We're going to kill it. It's not working. We need to make new ads. Okay. If it is under $10, then we have to see, okay, cool. What is my cost per booked call at, right? Are those doing well? Am I booking any calls? Am I close to booking any calls? If you're close to booking calls, let it spend a little bit more. Okay, we need to spend double what we want to hit. So essentially, if I'm looking for a book call of $150, I need to spend double that. I need to spend $300 before I can shut this off to make sure that I've spent enough to book a call. All right. If I spent $300 and I've gotten no calls, I'm going to kill the campaign. I need to make new ads. Okay. I really want you to get in the habit of like looking at this number and just being solid. My cost per message is 10. My cost per book call is 150. Cost per new client, as I shared at the first step here, is ideally going to be under 500. This is under 750, but ideally under 500. Okay. So when we do this, when we actually do review your ads, is we want to jump into the ads themselves and get a look at, because we have 3 ads inside, right? So we want to jump in all 3 of these and we want to compare the different ones. So for the one I've got up here, I actually know this one booked more calls. So I turn the other ones off. My cost per lead typically goal for myself is around $25 to $30. So this one was higher than I'd like to pay. It's close to 2 times. And then this one just didn't get a lot of spend. So I just turned it off and this one was booking calls. So I continue to increase the spend here, and every 2 to 3 days, I just bump us up by 20%. Okay. So those are the big things here. And you are going to want to look at these things on an individual ad level. So let me show you some more how I do this, because I think it's going to be helpful just as an example, and then we'll close up shop. I know I'm going long here. So again, if you guys want more help with this stuff, go check out the mini course below. I've got a lot more step-by-step instructions on how to do this. Go ahead and click that mini course, opt in, and you can see a full like breakdown, and they're shorter videos. Well, in here, I'm kind of combining it all into one. Okay. So inside of here, let's say that I launched I actually find a new ad that I launched here recently. Both of these ones are actually relatively new. They've been around for seven days, right? So 7 days, right? Because I spent about $600 to $700. So these are 2 ads that I'm running to 2 different audiences. And let me just come over here to make it even smaller. And inside of here, I can start to see what my cost per lead is. And then what you can't see inside of here is anytime I book a call, I actually use a software called Hyros, where this allows me to track the performance of the ads and the calls that we're getting. Now we're at the 7-day mark, so I'm pretty close to cutting some of these ads. I wanted to give it a little bit more time because it was over the weekend. So in total, we've had 3 calls booked off of this, and you can see like this one's high. My goal for cost per call, I'm doing more business coaching, is around $300. So this one is 2 times KPI, but it's actually pretty close. So I'm definitely gonna let this one continue to run. This one over here, I'm not sure. I might kill it, but it's getting such good cost per leads, right? Where it's like $20. I feel comfortable continuing to let this thing spin for a little bit more. And because I've got 37 leads, if 1 or 2 of these people book calls, it would reduce my cost per call within KPI. So I'm comfortable to let this spin a little bit more, but there's a high likelihood I'm gonna kill this one too, okay? So I let it spin for 7 days. I'm gonna look at the numbers. Am I comfortable with the numbers? If yes, great, leave them on. If no, kill them. Both of these ones are not crushing it by any means, but it's only been a week, and I'm not gonna be aggressive and be like, oh, this sucks, I'm killing them all, right? I'm gonna let this spin a little bit more and see if I can't spin to 1,000 each, but I am more of like, let's just see and let these things spin versus like kill, and like try to like over correct the ads. Okay. So if this was working, I would just increase this budget by 20%. And again, I do that first thing in the morning so the rest of the day can continue to spend. All right. So that's all I got for today, guys. If you guys want more access to this, just click the link below to the mini course. I think it's going to give you a lot more really good information. Yeah, to be honest, like I covered a lot in this video, but I don't believe I did the best job of making this short and succinct. Again, just kind of getting back from Italy and feeling that fatigue, guys, feeling that fatigue, but I'm excited to start making some more videos. I've got so many good ideas that have came since my time over there. So really excited to get back and show you guys, what we're working on. All right. So if you guys need anything from me, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, and yeah, chat soon. Peace, guys.